Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Friday, January 26, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with more on yesterday's news of the latest sexual assault and abuse allegations against Vince McMahon. A spokesperson for the TKO executive chairman addressed the lawsuit filed yesterday in which former WWE employee Janelle Grant accused him of years of sexual impropriety, including charges of sex trafficking, stating, quote, "This lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. He will vigorously defend himself," end quote. The lawsuit alleges that McMahon coerced Grant into sex acts with himself and others in the company, including former talent relations director John Laurinaitis, and includes explicit text messages. The suit is in connection to the original 2022 report of McMahon's alleged improprieties with the then-anonymous Grant, and alleges McMahon breached the terms of Grant's non-disclosure agreement by refusing to pay the full amount agreed upon following Grant's departure from the company. TKO Group Holdings stock closed Thursday's trading on the New York Stock Exchange at $87.51 a share. In overnight pre-market trading, the stock is up $1 to $88.51 a share. TKO's stock spiked as high as $95.42 this week following the company's announcement of Netflix acquiring the global rights to Monday Night Raw. Ring of Honor streamed last night on Honor Club, featuring matches taped last Saturday night at the Chaifetz Arena in St. Louis. In the main event, Rocky Romero won a four-corner survival match, besting Josh Woods, JD Drake, and Slim J. ROH World Tag Team Champions Mike Bennett and Matt Taven competed in a non-title proving ground match, defeating Gravity and Gringo Loco. In trios action, Lee Johnson and the Infantry beat the Iron Savages and Jack Jameson, and Diamante, Layla Gray, and Taya Valkyrie defeated Kira Hogan, Lady Frost, and Trish Adora. In other selected results, Action Andretti beat Anthony Henry, Abaddon went over Robin Renegade, Blake Christian and Willie Mack topped the Outrunners, and Cole Carter and Griff Garrison defeated the Spanish Announce Project. In ratings news, Tuesday's edition of AEW Dynamite brought in an audience of 837,000 to TBS, according to WrestleNomics. That total is down 8% from last week's audience of 891,000. In the key demographic, the rating was a .29, which was also down from last week. Nevertheless, the show ranked number 2 for the evening in the key demo on cable TV. In WWE news, Logan Paul revealed yesterday on social media that he intends to be a full-time WWE performer going forward, and discussed the status of his contract in a video recorded at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida.
Royal Rumble this Saturday. One thing y'all didn't know, I've been at the PC for a couple months. The WWE renewed my contract. Breaking news. And I figured if this is going to be a full-time job, maybe I stop treating it as a hobby.
TNA Impact aired last night on Access TV, featuring matches taped January 14th at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. The main event saw Kazuchika Okada make his first TNA appearance in 13 years, teaming with the Motor City Machine Guns to defeat Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and TNA World Champion Moose.
Myers, think about the roster. And Okada! Rainmaker! Down goes Myers! Shell shock! Cover! Okada and the Guns get the win!
Here are your winners, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, and Kazuchika Okada!
What a six-man tag team main event! And I would be remiss if I didn't say what a return to TNA Wrestling for Kazuchika Okada.
Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, had what was his first ever match outside the WWE system, defeating Zachary Wentz. Steve Macklin attacked Nemeth after the match, but Nemeth fought him off.
No one's gonna remember your damn name. No one.
Now Macklin, the exclamation point on the sentence. Looking for KIA here. Wait!
Hold on.
Look out!
Danger zone!
Nemeth has had one more not yet aired TNA match and a match in Puerto Rico's WWC since this taping. Jordan Grace successfully defended the TNA Knockouts World title against Trinity. Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans laid out Trinity and Grace after the match. In other results, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly beat Danny Luna and Jody Threat, and Chris Bay went over Kevin Knight. The grizzled young veterans attacked Bay and his TNA World Tag Team Championship partner Ace Austin after the match. And in more WWE news, commentator Kevin Patrick has been released by WWE according to PW Insider. Patrick, full name Kevin Patrick Egan, had been removed from the SmackDown announce team earlier this week after serving as SmackDown lead announcer since the start of the year. Patrick started with WWE in March of 2021 as a backstage interviewer and began working as a color commentator on Monday Night Raw in October of 2022, moving to SmackDown last year. It was announced on Wednesday that Michael Cole would be temporarily taking over the vacant SmackDown announce spot alongside Corey Graves, starting with tonight's show, but it is not known what the long-term plan is for that spot. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.